Welcome to Le Lonely Lapin. Imagine that you are standing at the edge of a quiet, sleeping town. It is deeply into the night, perhaps past midnight, where the world has slowed down to a near standstill. The sky above is a rich, heavy tapestry of indigo and charcoal, stretching endlessly over the rooftops. There are no clouds tonight, just the vast, silent expanse of the dark atmosphere, dotted with faint, twinkling stars that look like dust scattered across a velvet table. The air around you is cool and crisp. It kisses your cheeks with a gentle freshness, carrying the scent of damp earth and night-blooming jasmine. You are wearing a heavy coat, buttoned up to your chin, and your hands are tucked deeply into your pockets, keeping them warm. You feel completely safe here. You are the guardian of this silence, a solitary traveler walking through a world that has paused just for you. You begin to walk down the cobblestone street. The stones are smooth beneath your feet, worn down by centuries of footsteps, and they glisten slightly under the glow of the street lamps. The lamps are old iron fixtures, tall and elegant, casting pools of amber light that punctuate the darkness. As you walk, you pass in and out of these pools of light. First the darkness, then the warm yellow glow, and then back into the soothing shadows. The houses on either side of the narrow street are tall and narrow, huddled together like sleeping giants. Their windows are dark, reflecting the moonlight, their shutters closed tight against the night air. Everyone is asleep. There is a profound sense of peace in knowing that the day is done, the work is finished, and the town is resting. As you turn a gentle corner in the lane, a new scent reaches you. It drifts on the night breeze, distinct and inviting. It is the smell of warmth, the smell of yeast rising, of flour toasting, of sugar caramelizing on the edge of a hot pan. It is the scent of a bakery. Ahead of you, at the end of the lane, you see a shop that is still awake. It sits on the corner, a charming building with timber beams and a large bay window that glows with a soft, golden light. It looks like a lantern left burning in the darkness. Above the door, a wooden sign swings ever so slightly in the breeze, creaking rhythmically. It reads simply, "The Midnight Bakery." You step closer to the window. The glass is thick and framed in dark wood. Through the panes, which are slightly fogged with condensation from the heat inside, you can see the interior. It looks like a painting come to life. The light inside is honey-colored, warm and thick, casting long, soft shadows against the walls. You can see shelves stacked with baskets, and you can see movement. You reach out and grasp the handle of the shop door. It is cool brass, solid and heavy in your palm. You press the latch, and the door opens. A small bell above your head chimes. It is not a sharp sound, but a dull, melodious ring that announces your arrival without breaking the peace. As you step inside, the heavy door closes behind you, sealing out the cool night air. Instantly, you are embraced by the atmosphere of the room. The air here is thick with heat and the intoxicating aroma of baking bread. It smells of melted butter, of vanilla bean, of toasted grains, and sweet dough. The smell is so rich you can almost taste it. It triggers a primal sense of safety within you. You are somewhere with food, with warmth, and with shelter. The bakery is small and intimate. The floor is made of wide oak planks that have been scrubbed smooth over the years. They creak affectionately as you walk across them, a comforting, settling sound. The walls are lined from floor to ceiling with wooden shelves, stained a deep mahogany. Behind the long wooden counter stands the baker. He is a quiet figure, a part of the bakery itself. He is an older man with a beard the colour of flour and salt. He wears a heavy wool sweater with the sleeves rolled up to his elbows and a long white apron that is dusted with the evidence of his work. He looks up as you enter and offers you a slow, gentle nod. He does not speak. He knows why you are here. You are here to rest. You find a place to sit in the corner of the room. There is a large wingback armchair upholstered in worn velvet. The fabric is a deep, mossy green, soft to the touch. You unbutton your coat, feeling the warmth of the room seep into your clothes. You sit down, and the chair accepts you perfectly. It is soft but supportive, holding you in a gentle embrace. You lean your head back against the wing of the chair and let your hands rest in your lap. From this vantage point, you simply watch. The bakery is a symphony of slow, deliberate movements. The baker returns to his work at a massive wooden table in the center of the room. The surface of the table is dusted with a fine layer of white flour, looking like fresh snow on a winter field. He is kneading a large mound of dough. You watch his hands. They are large, capable, and rhythmic. He pushes the heel of his hand into the dough, stretching it away from him. Then he folds it back over itself. He turns the dough slightly, and he pushes again. Push, fold, turn, push, fold, turn. It is a hypnotic dance. There is no rush in his movement. He is not trying to finish. He is simply being. The sound of the kneading is soft and dull, a rhythmic thud against the solid wood table. It sounds like a slow heartbeat. With every press of his hand, a tiny cloud of flour rises into the air, swirling in the golden light of the hanging lamps before settling back down. You watch the dust motes dancing in the beams of light, floating aimlessly, drifting up and down in the warm currents of air. To the right of the counter is the oven. It is a massive stone hearth, built it into the wall. The stones are grey and rough, but they radiate a powerful, steady heat that reaches all the way to your corner. Through the iron door of the oven, you can see the faint orange glow of the embers deep inside. The fire is low, a bed of coals that maintains a perfect, consistent temperature. The oven hums with a low vibration, a white noise that sits underneath the silence of the room, grounding you. On the cooling racks near the window, the night's work is resting. You let your eyes wander over the shapes and textures. There are round loaves of sourdough, their crusts dark and blistered, dusted with patterns of flour. As they cool, the crusts contract, making tiny crackling sounds. Snap, crackle. It is the sound of the bread settling. Next to the loaves are rows of pastries. You see cinnamon buns, coiled tightly like sleeping snails, glistening with a sticky, sweet glaze that catches the light. You see croissants, their layers flaky and golden, curved into crescents. You see small fruit tarts, filled with dark berries that look like jewels, ruby red raspberries and sapphire blueberries, nestled in pastry shells. The shelves on the walls are filled with ingredients, organized with meticulous care. You scan the rows of glass jars. There are large jars filled with dried apricots, glowing orange in the dim light. There are jars of walnuts, craggy and brown. There are tall glass cylinders filled with vanilla pods, dark and oily. There are jars of spices, cinnamon sticks, whole nutmegs, star anise. The visual repetition of the jars is soothing to your mind. Row after row, jar after jar. The baker stops his kneading for a moment. He picks up a metal scraper and gathers the dough together. He moves with such care, treating the dough as if it were a living thing. He lifts it and places it gently into a large ceramic bowl. He takes a clean linen cloth and drapes it over the bowl, tucking the edges in. He's putting the dough to sleep, leaving it to rise in the warmth of the kitchen. He wipes his hands on his apron and walks over to a small stove in the corner. A copper kettle is sitting there. He pours steaming water into a thick ceramic mug. He places a tea bag inside and brings the mug over to the counter, setting it down within your reach. He doesn't say a word, just leaves the steaming cup there for you. You watch the steam rising from the mug. It curls up in lazy grey ribbons. The steam twists and turns, thinning out as it rises higher, eventually disappearing into the air. You follow the path of the steam with your eyes, up and up, slow and steady. The atmosphere in the bakery is timeless. There is no clock on the wall. There is no ticking sound to mark the passing of seconds. Here, time is measured only by the rising of the dough and the baking of the bread. You feel a sense of detachment from the world outside, the worries of your day, the lists of things to do, the emails and the calls. They all feel very far away. They belong to a different world, a different version of you. Here, in the velvet chair, there is only the present moment. The baker dims the light slightly. The room shifts from a golden yellow to a deeper, cozier amber. The shadows in the corners of the room grow longer and softer. The edges of the furniture seem to blur, making the room feel dreamlike. You feel your body becoming heavier. The heat from the stone oven has soaked into your muscles, loosening the knots in your shoulders and your back. Your legs feel like lead, sinking deep into the cushion of the chair. Your arms are heavy and relaxed in your lap. Your eyelids feel thick, as if little weights have been placed upon them. You listen to the subtle sounds of the shop, the faint hiss of the gas lamps, the creaking of the cooling bread, the soft shuffle of the baker's shoes on the wooden floor, the distant, muffled sound of the wind outside, brushing against the glass, unable to get in. You are completely sheltered. You look back at the shelves. Your eyes trace the wood grain of the timber beams. You notice the knots in the wood, the swirls and the lines that tell the story of the tree. It is a slow, boring task, and it relaxes you even further. You look at the flour dust that has settled on the edge of the counter. It looks soft, like velvet. The baker pulls a tray from the oven. He uses a long wooden paddle, sliding it effortlessly under the loaves. He pulls them out, and a fresh wave of hot, bready scent washes over you. It is the most comforting smell in the world. It signals that all is well. He places the loaves on the rack. He moves quietly, cleaning his workspace. He scrapes the wood table. He wipes it down with a damp cloth. The rhythm continues. Scrape, wipe, scrape, wipe. The repetition is a lullaby. You feel yourself drifting. The boundary between being awake and being asleep is thinning. The images of the bakery are becoming soft and fuzzy. The rows of bread look like sleeping hills in a landscape. The flour dust looks like clouds. The warmth feels like the sun on a summer afternoon. You are safe here. You are warm. You are comfortable. There is nothing you need to do. The baker is watching over the shop. The night is holding the town. You are free to let go. Your breathing has slowed down to match the rhythm of the room. In and out, slow and deep. You imagine that with every breath you take, you are breathing in the golden light of the bakery, filling your chest with warmth and peace. And with every breath out, you are releasing the last of your tension, sinking deeper and deeper into the chair. The scene begins to fade. The golden light softens to a gentle grey. The smell of the bread lingers, a sweet memory. You carry the feeling of the velvet chair and the warmth of the hearth with you. You are ready to sleep. You are ready to drift into the deep, quiet dark. The bakery will be here whenever you need it. The light will always be on. The bread will always be rising. But for now, it is time to close your eyes. It is time to rest. Good night.